Alright guys, we're going to move on to question number 4, but before we do that, I just want to point something out that I've been doing that I think you should be trying to do and then compare with what I'm doing. Alright, so if you're going to go through and you're going to watch these videos and get some tips and strategies on passing the TSI, a really big suggestion I can make, I suggest you make, and this is not just for the TSI but in general, is to make some sort of outline, make some sort of list of key things, key strategies, key formulas that you can review later to make sure you do well on the TSI. So I've been going through and after each video, been writing down things that I think that are important, and I'll share with you after, let's say, since I'm doing this after every 3 questions, I'll just continue to do it after every 3 questions. So the first strategy, just to review, is make sure you are solving the problem. Okay, so if you recall from last time, or the first video, there was this problem here. Just wanted to stress that when it says solve for 6t, you're not solving for t. There will be problems on the TSI. I promise you that the questions will give you the value for t, but the question is going to be asking for 6t. So just reread the question. I think that's just a general good strategy to get in the habit of doing. Reread the question, make sure you're answering the question. Okay, the second thing that we talked about is plug in answer choices, right? And that wasn't very clear on question 1. That's where I talked about it. But it will be eventually. So in a little bit, I'll show you some questions that plugging in the answer choices will make life a lot easier. Actually, it's going to take a little bit, but it will happen in question 11 for sure. Okay. The next strategy was for question 2, and this was the question talking about being directly proportional. And I talked about a formula, and I talked about several different formulas, but this is the one that I thought that was best, was x1 over y1 equals x2 over y2. And then I also want to stress that if it's inversely proportional, it's x1 y1 equals x2 y2, or you multiply them together. All right. Then we have, from question 3, we have slope-intercept form, and that's y equals mx plus b, where m is rise over run, which is the slope, and b is the y-intercept. All right. In question 5, in question 3 as well, I said an alternative approach was to plug in points to solve the equation, or to solve, well, I should write to solve the equation, I wrote solve the equation. Okay, and what I meant by that was we have points here, you have 2 sets of points, you have 0, 0 right here, 0, 0, and then we have 6, 9. And so I can plug in 0, 0, and 6, 9 into here. And the key is that you have to go through every single one of these. TSI is not a time test, shouldn't be an issue. So we plugged in 0, 0 here, 0, 0 here, 0, 0 here, and 0, 0 here, and we got C and D to work. And then we said, well, hey, look, I have 2 of them that work, so I have to plug in the second point, which is 6, 9. So I plugged in 6, 9. And we got D to be the only one that works. So keep this in mind when you're solving, when you're going through. Make a little list for yourself, compare it to my list, and maybe we can refine this list.